Today we're making
and eating.
ugly Christmas sweaters.
Let's do stuff.
Hello again, YouTube. I'm Paul.
And I'm Stephanie.
And this week we're going to be decorating ugly Christmas sweater sugar cookies. And then inevitably eating them.
Yeah, pretty much.
But first we're going to be talking a little bit about Christmas sweaters.
Because there's actually a whole thing about them.
There is. Ugly Christmas sweaters go back a whole lot longer than I don't want to say was personally aware of them. We'll get into that as we go along, but longer than I thought the trend had been around. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So before you guys tell us in the comments, I know we're not wearing ugly Christmas sweaters, even though we're doing a whole video about ugly Christmas sweaters, and that's because we don't own ugly Christmas sweaters. But we do own Christmas socks.
Yeah.
Which we're wearing. Which really doesn't matter, because you can't see our feet.
You can't really see mine, but they're gingerbread men, and I know it's upside down.
So, I just thought I'd deal with that before we go any further. So, Christmas sweaters. Is it a new trend?
Nope. Not at all. It started in the UK in the 80s.
Okay.
So...
Okay. We're gonna talk about this a little later on down there, but I think it doesn't really matter when we bring this up. But they were back then too. They were worn. They were made by people's grandparents. Generally, that was where Christmas sweaters come from. And it says that in Ireland, the Late Late Show's host would wear an extravagant jumper, and I think this is still the case. I'm not sure, but I also feel like it probably started back then because late shows were a big deal back then. Wore an extravagant jumper for the Christmas Late toy show, which I'm assuming would be a toy drive.
Yeah, I would guess that.
But they're often seen as handmade presents knitted by an elderly relative that are given as a Christmas present. And that's how I know of them. Like, it was always like, there's like that stereotype of not wanting to get clothes for Christmas and like opening a Christmas sweater, and there's always that one sweater you gotta wear at Christmas time because relatives are coming around. And so like, that whole ugly Christmas sweater thing really isn't that new if you think about it. It's always been there in the background.
I mean, even in movies, right?
Yeah, like that's a huge like cliche or trope. It's like, yeah.
You see the family always like, you gotta wear this, Grandma made it for you.
Yeah.
It's for the family photo, the family Christmas card,
yeah,
whatever.
Family Christmas cards and ugly Christmas sweaters, they go hand in hand.
And I'll say this, I didn't envy them.
No, and I never really did one, so that's okay. I managed to get out of that.
No, I never got those either. My nan, the only thing I ever got as a child was my nan would sew my sister and I dresses.
Okay.
And you wanna know what? They were actually pretty awesome. We had one, I wish I could find a picture of it. It was a dress that was, they were perfect summer dresses. They were like basically about halfway down to your calves.
Okay.
And there was one that we called our, I think it was something like micro beads or something. Yeah, micro bead dress.
Okay.
Because it was a bunch of little circles that were about this big. And they were like all blues and greens, a little bit of yellow in there. And it was like a really cool dress.
So wait, did you get this at Christmas?
Yeah, she would give us these dresses every Christmas because they were something we would wear in the summer.
Yeah.
And because, I mean, when you're running around and you're a kid of like about 5 or 6 years old, you're not really caring what you're wearing.
Okay.
And so she would give us these dresses, and she would make so many of them, and she would always make my sister and I matching ones. Back then it was cool.
Yeah.
Not that I'm that old, but it was cool when we were kids to have matching dresses.
Or maybe it was never cool.
I'm done. Apparently. But we loved those dresses, and we would wear them all summer long. And we continued to get them from like a baby till we were about 7 or 8 years old, and then we kind of grew out of them. And
That's an interesting tradition. That's different. That's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, sweaters are totally a thing, but that's really cool. Getting a different sweater every year, or getting a different dress every year.
Yeah. Pretty much. So, what else do we have
What's
here?
after that? Which one is after? Yeah. So I mean, they've always kind of been around. This next thing I think kind of is right in with what I was talking about, like the cliche of the ugly Christmas sweater. Says during the 90s and 2000s they were seen as a gay gift and fell out of favor. So that's kind of what, yeah, like, I mean, and featured as something to be embarrassed of in the 2001 film Bridget Jones's Diary. So that's what you were saying too, is like movies. Like you always see it in movies, right?
I'll be honest, I've
Um,
never seen Bridget Jones' Diary.
No, but it's that kind of cliche that it
So-
just appears, right? It's
Yeah.
common. No, I don't know if I've ever seen Bridget Jones's Diary either. Not truly, not sincerely. It's been on TV or something, but
My
but
parents
yeah.
honestly wouldn't let us watch it.
Okay, maybe we'll have to
So-
watch it someday, just to say we did. Just have a bad movie night. But yeah,
We
during the
could.
90s,
That'd
during
be
the
funny.
90s, they say that started. So that makes sense. That's kind of into, and
Yeah.
so they existed during the 80s. Kind of started to get some kind of cult following. That's kind of what I was looking for. During the 90s and then into the 2000s, and then we've just seen them explode in the last few years into.
Well, yeah, I've heard about them on Dragon's Den. I heard
Mhm.
about, and you mentioned Amazon. I remember I've Googled sweaters around Christmas time and I've seen them on Amazon.
They just come up instead of regular sweaters.
Yeah, because it says they gained camp appeal during the 2010s, with online retailer Amazon reporting an increase in sales of 600%
Wow.
in 2011, and the trend has been followed by a number of celebrities.
I'm sure it has been.
So,
600%. That's impressive, but it also makes me wonder, before the viral appeal of Christmas sweaters, how many did they sell? Because if
Yeah.
they only sold like 10 Christmas sweaters a year and then they sold 600, that's like a 600% increase. That's it.
well, Amazon sells a lot of stuff, so I
yeah.
can imagine that the amount that they've sold
Mhm.
probably went from like maybe 1,000 a year to like maybe 6,000 or 60,000 or like, because imagine like in the States especially, how many people are in the States alone that go to annual Christmas parties in the office.
Christmas parties is going to be a big.
Christmas parties, it's a thing to do,
Mhm.
to have an ugly Christmas sweater party.
Mhm.
Like, that was actually something when I was in high school. My friend tried to set up an annual Christmas party and she said the theme was ugly Christmas sweaters.
Really? Okay.
Although no one in our group actually had ugly Christmas sweaters. So we all showed up in just like normal clothes and she was the only one who kind of was wearing one. She's like, "What happened?"
Uh-oh.
And
So yeah, yawn.
we literally were just like, "Well, we didn't own one. What were we supposed to do?" So we felt kind of bad.
So even back, because I don't think it was really a cliche by that point even. Well, cliche, but I don't think it was
That
really
was-
in that explosion.
Well, actually, it was like around 2009,
Was
2010.
it? Okay, okay.
So
Yeah.
it was around that time period where it really exploded.
You mentioned Dragon's Den earlier.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing we have here, is that a group of people went on, called the Holiday, sorry. That's what we have here, is a group of people calling themselves the Holiday Rejects went on Dragon's Den. This is, I think, Chris Cheng, Adel Huda, I hope I said that right, and Kyle Fitzgerald. And they were from right here in Calgary, Alberta.
Okay.
So
I didn't-
they're from here, where I was born and where we live now.
Yeah.
And they went on Dragon's Den looking for investment in an ugly Christmas sweater company.
Okay. I can't remember. Did they get?
I have no idea, and I don't know if I have any
I can't
information on that
remember
here.
If they?
I don't know.
I can't remember if they did or not. I'm sure you can probably look up the episode.
Yeah, I feel like that's. I don't know if I would. If if I were a dragon. I don't know if I would do that. Like, that sounds like something where, like,
Actually,
anybody can make an ugly Christmas sweater. You can't own the rights to an ugly Christmas sweater. Like,
if I remember the episode correctly, they were selling ones that were like pre-owned,
okay.
and they were reselling them, and you could even rent them, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure that they actually
Rent
had
them?
some decent numbers. Oh yeah, you can rent anything now.
That's-
Even my friend Sam, who actually has her own business, you can rent her dresses
Okay.
for like a certain amount for like I think 2 days or 3 days or something. Like you can do that. Like there are websites where you can rent just about anything, any type of clothing for like a night. You can rent a Louis Vuitton bag or
That's what I was gonna say. I understand you can rent high-end clothing. Like, I understand that concept, like renting tuxes and, like you said, Louis
and
Vuitton
there's
and stuff
always
like
like
that.
a certain amount of days that you have to rent it for. And I guess it would be kind of like the movies that you used to rent.
Yeah.
Because you rented it for like a certain amount of days, right?
Yeah.
And
back in my day.
hey, he's 5 years older than me,
We
okay?
would settle up and ride to the mythical Blockbuster, where we would then select our weekend bounty of viewing pleasures.
Okay, Grandpa.
This is my best old man impression. I don't know if that worked. So yeah, but I don't know if renting a self-proclaimed ugly sweater, I don't know if I see the same value. Like, what
Well,
did you
like
even
they
charge for
had
that?
different ones. They had ones that would light up, and I think that would be kind of a cool idea.
I suppose.
You could rent them and then have it for that office party if you didn't want to go out and buy it, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, the Christmas sweaters we're about to make don't light up.
no.
No. But they are ingestible more so than other Christmas sweaters that are not made of. You know what? Let's make Christmas sweaters.
Yeah.
Okay.
But before you do that, what should they do?
Well, I suppose they should hit subscribe down below.
Yes.
And what else?
Check us out on Instagram.
Sure. At Steph and Paul do stuff.
And don't forget Twitter.
Yeah. At S&P do stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm in charge of our Twitter, and Stephanie's in charge of our Instagram, and she I've been dreading this moment. And she always keeps it
Decorated?
Okay, I think I have an idea. Okay, so Steph is in charge of her Instagram, and she always keeps it rocking around the Christmas tree.
Alright.
I'm running out of things.
Hello, Christmas tree.
We got a Christmas tree, yeah, so yeah, see. I just remembered we had a Christmas tree. I didn't just realize we had a Christmas tree. So anyways, enough of that. So yeah, make sure you check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and make sure that you hit subscribe down below, and that's that. And now to make Christmas sweaters. Alright, so now we're making Christmas sweaters. Alright, so now we're making Christmas sweaters. As you can see, we're not making real Christmas sweaters. We're making Christmas sweater shortbread. Nope. Christmas sweater sugar cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna get started here, and you're gonna be able to look at all of our designs on our Instagram and our Twitter, and you can let us know in the comments below whose designs you like the best. Okay, so final verdict being that we're only doing one Christmas sweater.
Yeah.
Because then we are going to. I have a Christmas sweater. Don't sweater the small stuff. So anyways, yeah, so then we're gonna decorate this, and then we're gonna have time to eat it, and we're gonna take pictures of it so that you can tell us which one you like best. So that's about that, and it's time to Christmas sweater.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with green.
Alright, so initially our plan was to make those delicious looking ugly Christmas sweaters. Can something be delicious and ugly at the same time?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Those deliciously...
A lot of people consider bacon delicious.
True that. And it's ugly.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't look good, technically. Not if you... Okay, let's
It
not
looks
pick that apart.
disgusting.
It does. But, okay, anyway, so, yeah, our deliciously ugly Christmas sweaters. We were initially going to eat them, but we made them about a week ago when we initially planned on filming this, and then we didn't. So, those Christmas sweaters are, like, super old and super
the icing
hard.
looked kind of gross to me, too.
Yeah.
Even though we just made it.
And the icing's, like, super sugary. It was like a mix, a pack that you had to mix and stuff, and it's so much sugar and mixed with so much sugar.
To
And,
actually make those, they say it takes 10 minutes. Triple that.
okay. Yeah, oh yeah, the cookies in general?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. It took quite a
Triple
while.
that. Not only triple that, but the dough consistency itself, I would not suggest buying the kit that we did, because honestly, you should really just bake your own cookies and use your own stencil. We learned our lesson. I'm not gonna buy that kit again.
No. Make them from scratch.
Yep.
So, anyways, with that being said, we're not gonna eat the sugar cookies, but we are gonna eat something else today. What are we eating?
Well, you're gonna find out now.
Hi! What am I?
A Lindt chocolate.
Hi! I'm a peppermint cookie ball! I have an identity crisis! Am I cookie? Am I ball? Nobody knows!
They're a special type of Lindt chocolate that only apparently come out in Christmas.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're new too.
I think
Because
so.
I haven't ever seen these before, and I've seen a lot of Lindt chocolates.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious. But before we try them, what should they do?
Well, they should hopefully taste good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And these guys should
Yeah.
follow us on Instagram at Steph and Paul Do Stuff, and follow us on Twitter at SMP Do Stuff, and make sure that you...
Hit subscribe down below.
It's a button that's the same color as your sweater.
Yeah.
It's easy to find. So I don't know what a peppermint cookie is to start with. So.
A peppermint cookie. I have two ideas. One, it could be like the Girl Guide cookies.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because aren't they? Or it could be, something like an After 8 or a peppermint patty.
Yeah, like a York peppermint patty.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's find out. Thank you.
Bam.
Lynn. I hope that landed the right way. Oh, there is no right way. That was good for me though. Okay, so looks like a typical Lindt chocolate, like the Death Star.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. Which is good because the new Star Wars just came out.
Woohoo! We're on topic. Okay. It's super melty.
Jesus.
Jesus. There's nothing to show you inside. Oh dear God. Okay. There's nothing to show you inside because it just looks like chocolate cream. But that tastes like a Girl Guide cookie milkshake.
That was good.
Oh my. That was amazing. That tasted like a Girl Guide cookie milkshake. Legit. I want to eat another one. That was so good.
Well, here, have at her. That was actually really good. I wasn't expecting it to be so good. Because, I don't know, have I told you guys this before, but peppermint isn't actually natural.
You said that. You mentioned that in an
It's
Oreo
pretty
video.
yummy.
I think our Oreo video was something else maybe.
I'm
I
not
don't think our
sure.
Oreo video was that one's down.
Lindt.
Okay.
Those were
So-
really good.
If you come across Lindor peppermint cookie. I almost said cookies. Lindor peppermint cookie chocolate ball, whatever Lindt is.
Yeah.
If you come across this bottle of Lindt, buy it.
Yep.
It is so good. And
Yeah.
yeah, it is. It's peppermint cookie. Those two things put together. But if you've ever had the Girl Scout cookies or Girl Guide cookies, I know one of those is right and one of those isn't. Girl Guides.
Girl Guides.
If you've ever had the peppermint Girl Guide cookies, it's literally like a Girl Guide cookie milkshake in there. It's
Yeah.
epic.
And
It's
there's
so
even
good.
that cookie texture. I
Yeah.
think they put that actual cookie in
It does. It has that cookie texture. It's like somebody just took a bunch of those, some milk, and just blended it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was so good.
That is insane.
We want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Whoa! Ah! Oh no! False getting covered!
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram at 7Paul Do Stuff and Twitter at SMP Do Stuff.
And don't forget to hit subscribe down below.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas! Want some more?
We'll be back soon with our regular videos and